Hey guys, welcome back to the 5Cs. This is Planet Hit. Um, Finally got off work. I'm back on my weekend, and it is cold out, so I will be playing some Eve over the next couple days. Today, um, I wanted to focus on a couple of things. I just got up, get my coffee in me, and thought today would be a good. I was doing some research from when I used to play, um, and I might have done this in an old video, I'm not sure. But I thought I want to keep this one quick and just do a little bit of a hint in my little cormorant here with my new skin. I don't even know where I got this from. It might have been on one of the special events that were going on recently. I just download these skins. I never really use skins too much. I really should more. They're kind of cool. This one was in there for my cormorant. It was a free one that was given to me, so some cool colors. But today I want to talk about, in general, to start off. Wow, I am beating around the bush. Can I do that even more? Hold on one second, I'll do that. Messing around with the game to make it more fun for what you want to do. so, um, what I like to do is mess around with my overview depending on what I'm doing for the day. I could definitely have a much better overview. There's downloadable ones, not overviews, my desktop, my screen. Let's get that. My window, so I can see as much pretty things as possible, but also um, be as functional as possible for what I'm trying to do. Um, First off is, I think I talked about this in a previous video, is I try to use the tactical camera as much as possible because it shows the distances that items might be from me, especially guys I'm trying to kill in a visual manner. One mistake I make a lot is I fly around because I want to see the pretties. Um, Whereas this is really not that helpful because I can't see how far away people are. So I'm really just focused over here, not really looking at the pretties. So if you want to gameplay a little bit more, zoom on out. Then you can see the guys you're trying to shoot. Boop, 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 boop. And that will make it a lot easier for you to then use this. Don't use your overview. Uh, why even have video? You know. Um, so that's the first one. But the second is gameplay. Um, and this is a little bit more important, and I'll give an example today of something that I remembered is using hotkeys. Now, I am terrible at using hotkeys, but you would be amazed at just using a couple of them can make your day so much better. And it can actually allow you to do a few things that will speed it up, but also that maybe you don't have the ability to do just by doing um, just using the controls here, like your um, drop downs and stuff like that. Um, as an example, I'm just going to show you here. So I'm outside of the station here in Slays, and let's say I'm going to pull up in system map. So we got a couple planets around here. So I got all these inside the system. Here I am right here. But let's say I want to go to this jump gate. Now, if I create a save spot here, and the irony is I'm having a problem doing this because I do it a different way normally. Um, Asteroid belt. You know, the funny part is I was trying to do this manually, and I do it with the hotkeys all the time, and I can't remember how to do it manually. So I'm going to do it with the hotkey. I'm sorry. Um, Long story short, if you want to make a save spot, hold down your control button, and then B, and that will allow you to make a new location. This will create a save spot right here. So I'm going to name this as Safe 1. All right? So boom. I can now warp to this spot every single time. Now let's say I warp to another planet. Boop, 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 boop. And you might already know this part of it. If not, great. Warping away. Probably could have picked something closer. Now, rather than warping back to that station, I can go directly locations, save spot, warp. Now, some of you might have noticed something. I'm not going to bring it up yet. That is one of the next spots. That is the one thing that really blew my mind that I didn't use for the longest time, um, but I'm going to get there. So you got the save spot there. If you watch my previous video where I was killing the clone soldier, notice I'm warping not to the station, but to the save spot that I saved. There it is, right there. I used save spots to get in and out of a fight and close that range on him. If you haven't seen that, you can watch the last video. But, boom, right there. That is a pretty cool looking skin. So that's how you do a save spot. Now, let's look at the system again. Now, notice here, I had my save spot, and I also have my save spot is here, and my location is here. Let's say I want to fly out to, here's a gate right here. Okay? Now, I can keep this window up, and I can warp there. Also, while I go, I can do a second save spot. Watch me go. Halfway there, I'm going to hit submit. As I move, I'm going to move, see, I'm going to hit submit now. Notice I saved a save spot right there, right in between the two. So now I got to the gate. Well, I'm getting to the gate, as you can see. Whee! There I am. And now, if I want to, I can either do the drop down here to go back to the save spot, or with the window up here, I can warp to it. This is really good for finding, especially for explorers out there, finding safe spots. So once you go to this spot in the middle of nowhere, it is almost impossible for somebody to track you down without combat probes. Unless they know your particular save spot, they've flown with you before, and they've saved it. Without that, it's almost impossible for them to track you down. Even more so if you go here and throw on a cloak, boom. It's impossible for somebody to find you, if I'm not mistaken. Now, the upgrades to the cloaks, I can't remember them since I played. I know there's been upgrades that they time out after a specific period of time. I love that. I do. When I used to play, you didn't have that. So I'm not going to get into that. But so that's the second one that I want to point out. And again, using the hotkey for Control B. Last but not least, and if you saw it here earlier, notice down here, I've created two save spots, and I have a window, Saved Locations in Sleighs. This is a window that I very rarely see a lot of people use. When I'm trying to go to a save spot, so let's say I want to go back to save spot number 1, I have to go here, warp to location. If I go here, boom, I can instantaneously go. Now that might be 1 or 2 clicks more than you want to do, but let's say you have multiple save spots. This is going to, and you're in a combat situation and you're trying to get out quick, or you're trying to bounce around from one place to another, or you're just trying to organize your save spots and know what you have when you jump into a system. This little window right here is fantastic because it's got it up and running for you, and it is so easy to bring up. If I remember correctly, I'm going to close it out, is just the letter L, as an L. And then you close it out, letter L. This is really good whenever you're traveling, for me, whenever I'm traveling out in low-sec. If I've mapped out an area, maybe I haven't been to it in a while, I come back into a system and I know exactly where the save spots are. Now I usually try to notate them a little bit different with the labels. Um, if it's off of a certain gate, I'll put that up there. If it's off of a certain station, I'll put that up there. If it's just a general safe spot, usually I go with a safe 1, 2, 3, so and so. But it's really good when you jump into the system because let's say you jump through the gate, there's a gate camp sitting there. You're trying to figure out where to go or what to do, or maybe you just got to get out of Dodge. You've got it right in front of you. Click, click, click. And that's where I jump back to your hotkeys. Hotkeys, ESC. You can go in here. Now you've got your displays and graphics, stuff and like that. When I say hotkeys, it's also shortcuts. There's so many shortcuts that you can use. Some of them you might think are useless, but for other people it could be very useful. This is very useful for me because I fly around in low sec and I have fun there. What other people might find really useful, this is going to sound dumb, but like the calculator or the calendar. Maybe you've got a character who is your CEO of a corporation, or you're trying to just do some quick numbers. You can set up a hotkey for those. Directional scanning, really big for me as far as out in low sec and NPC null sec whenever I'm trying to keep an eye out for people. I might actually switch up my hotkey to be usable by something else here. Shortcuts are also used for your guns down here. If you notice at the very top right hand corner of this box, it says F1. So if I want to fire that gun, I would hit F1. These are different things you can do. So if there's this is just a general thing. If you're ever bored, you just want to mess around, check out the shortcuts. You'll find something in there, I promise, that will be helpful to you. Um, and last but not least, I got 5 NPC kills to do. So that's basically that. uh, good shout out to one buddy who gave a comment on my last video. I know I don't have a whole lot of viewers, but he said, you should really put up a thing about what I learned today in Eve. And I like that idea. Maybe I should do a video about what I remembered in Eve, because I remember. Ah! No! I lost my connection. You know what? Let me see if my Wi-Fi is. Nope. Okay. Let's try and get back up here. I need to go do my 5 kills. Hey, Rayla. Poke, 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 poke. How can you not be in a good mood whenever you pop up your screen and Rayla's staring at you going, hey, it's going to be okay, buddy. And then you got a little dragon over here, and a wing thing here, and Caleb's brother, which I can't remember. I need more coffee. There we go. Come on. So I can pull this over here. Boy, system. I will probably have to end this video earlier than I wanted to today, if my connection is not doing too well. So, if you're bored, if you want to contact me, the character that I'm doing right now, almost all the time, is Bruiser McBruise. I gotta figure out. I couldn't think of a name, so just message me if you want to. Also, I'm gonna at some point probably make 2 other characters, but I'm not pushing it. I'm just having fun with Mr. McBruise here. Maybe I ate McDonald's that day. Connecting. Let's see. All I'm going to do is pull up the system. If there is anybody close that I can fight as far as NPCs, we'll go and do that. Had a comment in the last video about using micro warp drives to close range damage, and I agree with that if I was using different types of ammo. I'm still going to mess around with it because maybe I'm wrong. Maybe things have changed, or I'm just not seeing the concept. But I like the. That's what I was going to do here. Hold on. So, let's see if we've got any comment. Nope, no cosmic signet, no combat, easy combat sites. So maybe I'll do a video on that. I want to get into blasters and the different types of damage and trajectory analysis and blah 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 stuff. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll start doing videos. Things I remember from Eve. That's actually a pretty good thing. So that being that, you guys have a great day. Fly safe, fly dangerously, fly however the heck you want. And I'll probably have another video up later on today or tomorrow. Or maybe I'll just make like 7 and then put them out one a day during the week. That way, whenever Thanksgiving rolls around, I'll have something to post. But, alrighty. Have a good one. Fly safe.